Okay, so this question is from Python Crash Course. It's a book. So it's in the dictionaries and user input chapter. User albums. Start with your program from exercise 8.7. I'll show you that soon. Write a while loop that allows users to enter an album's artist and title. Once you have that information, call makeAlbum with a user's input and print the dictionary that's created. Be sure to include a quit value in the while loop. And so exercise 8.7 is this one here. Write a function called makeAlbum that builds a dictionary describing a music album. The function should take an artist name and an album title. I've also included a number of tracks on my one because that was also a previous exercise, so I decided to include it. And so let's go and have a look at the code for creating this program. Here's the code. This code works. And so what it does is it creates it builds a dictionary describing an album, as you can see here. So here is the function. The function is called makeAlbum, and here are the parameters of that function: artist name, album title, tracks. And the trouble that I had with making this program was here and here and here. More specifically, I put print in here, and if you do that, also put print in a similar fashion in here, and lastly I put print in here. Now if you do that, this will not work. It'll ask you for input, but it will always print out a dictionary with none, none, none. So you've got to not do that, and just remember, as I learnt, one of the first in the first week I learnt, you can put print in front of an input statement, but you don't have to put print in front of an input statement. So what I'll do now is I'll run this program as it works. So let's run it. So welcome to the album creator. Type quit to quit at any time. What is the artist's name? What is the album? How many tracks are on the album? I don't know how many tracks are actually on this album, but let's just say 14. And so it returns a dictionary: artist, Queen, album, greatest hits 2, tracks 14. And then the loop repeats and asks again. And you could do a lot with this. You could create a larger dictionary that keeps the previously stored information and expands on it. You could also introduce user commands where they could delete albums. But this is the first steps to a much larger program. If I were to go down that route of letting the user delete stuff. So if I put in Neil Diamond here, and if I enter quit, it'll just quit it'll quit the program. Now it's important to remember, if I put in x equals input, say whatever I write, I'll repeat, right? Whatever I write, I'll repeat. So snuffleupagus is a big brown elephant. Right now it's not going to print that. But X, the type of X, right? So let's look at the type of X. It's actually a string. So input is automatically a string, right? So I put in print X, Snuffleupagus is a big brown elephant, right? But if I go X equals print input, whatever I write, I'll repeat. Then it comes up with, because that's a mistake, so put that in there. Whatever I write, I'll repeat, right? Piglets are cute. Then it will print it out. The point is, the trouble I found with this program up here is I put the print in, and that wouldn't work, because you're asking it to print. That's what you're really asking it to do, and so it prints it. It won't actually enter it when you call the function. The arguments won't link into the arguments because you've printed it. But if you just input it, it'll store it until you call it in the arguments down here. But if you print it first, well, it'll print it, right? But it won't. Then it will just delete it and won't actually input it in here. So if you try putting print in front of these, you'll definitely see what I mean. Otherwise, just remember that, and now it works.